Hi friends, good morning. Today we are going to discuss registration chapter. The registration chapter shall be useful for CA final, CMA final, the professionals who are working in companies, the professionals who are in practice. In this registration we are going to discuss in the following sections, section 22 to 30. That means a person who are liable for registration, person who are compulsory registration, and the registration procedure, cancellation procedure and revocation of cancellation procedures, all we are going to discuss in the registration chapter. The benefits. What are the benefits of registration? Benefit of registration means a registered person can claim input tax credit when he pay output tax liabilities. Suppose the person is liable to pay 1 lakh. He has to use the input tax credit at the time of purchase. At the time of purchase, he has a GST input tax credit of 50,000. He has to use these 50,000 for payment of 1 lakh. So remaining 50,000 only he has to pay in cash only. So that is the first benefit, and he is authorized to collect taxes when he supply goods or services, and he is legally recognized as the supplier of goods or services. Then such recipient also can utilize such input tax credit, and he can claim input tax credit on such purchases also. Okay, next section 22 of the CGST Act, that is person liable for registration. Who are the persons liable for registration? Every person shall be liable for registration in the state or union territory from where he makes taxable turnover exceed the specified limits. Exceed the specified limit means the specified limit may be, previously it is 20 lakhs or 10 lakhs. Now it has been amended. As per the amendment acts, in case the person has a place of business in Manipur, Mizoram, Nagaland, Tripura, and he supplies goods or services, the threshold limit will be 10 lakhs. That means he is supplying goods or services for an amount of 10 lakhs is not required to be registered. If it exceeds 10 lakhs in state of Manipur, Mizoram, Nagaland, Tripura, he is liable to be registered. In case of Arunachal Pradesh, Meghalaya, Sikkim, Uttarakhand, Puducherry, Telangana, he is supplying goods or services or both, his threshold limit will be 20 lakhs. In any other states, if he is supplying goods or services, his limit will be 40 lakhs. If he is supplying only services, the limit will be 20 lakhs. If he is supplying goods, the limit will be 40 lakhs. If he is supplying services or goods, the limit will be 20 lakhs only. Then, in case of for all the states, in case of supply of ice cream or other edible oils, pan masala, tobacco or manufactured tobacco, if he is supplying all these products, the limit will be 20 lakhs for all states in India. For all states of India, he is supplying ice cream or other edible oils or pan masala, tobacco or manufactured tobacco, the limit will be 20 lakhs. Then here we are mentioned the turnover. What is the turnover? Aggregate turnover is aggregate turnover. What is aggregate turnover? Aggregate turnover means all taxable supplies, all exempted supplies, including related supplies, export of goods or services. All these shall be included. This is the aggregate turnover. Aggregate turnover means value of all taxable supplies, all exempt supplies, and export of goods or services. This turnover shall be computed on all India basis. If suppose if I am having a place of business in Telangana and also in Mumbai, in Telangana I have 30 lakhs business and Mumbai 40 lakhs business, these two shall be included for determination of aggregate turnover. But what is the exclusions? There may be some exclusions. What is that one? It shall be the aggregate turnover shall be excluded CGST, SGST, UTGST, IGST and compensation cess. All these GSTs shall be excluded. And the value of inward supplies. Inward supplies means it is a purchases. Purchases is not a turnover, na? So it is not included in my turnover. So value of inward supplies on which tax is to be paid under reverse charge mechanism, then in such amount shall not be included in the aggregate turnover. Then some important notes we have to study. aggregate turnover shall be computed on all India basis. That means if I have a place of business in 5 or 6 states, all 6 states turnover shall be included for determination of aggregate turnover. If I am supplying only exempted turnover, then I am not liable to be registered. Means if I am supplying exempted turnover, I am not liable to pay tax because it is exempted goods. Now I am not liable to pay tax. If I am not liable to pay tax, why I have to take registration? Registration is not required. So if I am supplying only exempted turnover, I am not required to be registered irrespective of turnover. My turnover is 1 lakh, my turnover is 1 crore. So I am not liable to be registered if I am supplying only exempted goods. Then if a person have a place of business in a state other than special category state, that means if I am having a place of business in Meghalaya 1 lakh, and if I am having a place of business in Telangana that is 40 lakhs, then the limit will be as per Meghalaya only. If I am having a place of business other than special category state, if I am having a place of business in special category state, the limit will be lesser limit will be considered. That is, and one more thing, if I am having a branch in Telangana, one more branch in Andhra Pradesh, these 2 turnover shall be included for arriving the aggregate turnover. Then if my supplies, if I am supplying goods or services, that all supplies are taxable on reverse charge mechanism. I am supplying goods, so I am not, my supplies are taxable on reverse charge mechanism by the recipient. So I am not liable to pay tax now. Once I am not liable to pay tax, I am not liable to be registered. My recipient is compulsory liable to be registered. If I am a recipient, I am liable to pay tax on reverse charge mechanism. I am compulsorily liable to be registered irrespective of my turnover. And if I am supplier of goods or service that are liable to pay tax on reverse charge mechanism by my recipient, then I am not liable to be registered. My recipient is liable to be registered on such my recipient is liable to be registered. Then, and if I am supplying only exempted goods, I am not liable to be registered. And aggregate turnover shall include all supplies made by taxable person on his own account or supplied made on behalf of the principal. As a agent, I am supplying my goods as well as my principal goods also I am supplying. In such a case, agent turnover means my agent turnover, and if any person supplying goods on behalf of some other person, that is principal. So aggregate turnover shall include supplies made by agent on his own account, supplies made by the principal. These 2 turnover shall be included in the agent's turnover. Suppose X is a principal, engage Mr. Y as an agent to supply his goods, and Y is supplying his goods, and say Y is supplying X goods also, principal goods. These 2 turnover shall be included in the agent's turnover. In case of job worker, only job work charges shall be included in aggregate turnover, not principal's work. Job worker means reprocessing of such product. Any principal is sending goods to job worker reprocess the material and send back the goods to the principal. Only job work charges shall be included in the aggregate turnover. Then one more thing, value of goods or services supplied between the distinct persons having the same PAN number. That means I have one branch in Tamil Nadu and one branch in Bangalore. If I am supplying goods from Bangalore to Tamil Nadu, the turnover shall be included. Such amount, any transaction between these 2 units shall be treated as a turnover, shall be treated as a supply of goods, and it shall be included in the aggregate turnover. We are going to discuss some examples. Raghubir Private Limited pays GST and sitting fees paid to its directors for their services rendered by them under reverse charge. That means Raghubir Industries is paying tax on reverse charge for the services rendered by their directors to the company. That means who is providing services to whom? Directors is providing services to Raghubir. Raghubir is not providing any services. Only Raghubir is paying tax on reverse charge basis. In such a case, value of services of director shall be included in director's turnover, not Raghubir Industries turnover. That is the case. Raghubir Industries Private Limited pays GST and sitting fees paid to the directors for services rendered by them under reverse charge. Value of services provided by the directors to Raghubir Private Limited will form part of the aggregate turnover of the directors and not for Raghubir Industries Private Limited. All these examples I have taken from ICS study material final. In second case, a dealer X has two offices, one in Delhi, another in Haryana. In order to determine whether X is liable for registration, turnover of both the offices shall be included. That means, if I have one person having one office in Delhi, one office in Haryana, for determination of aggregate turnover, both the states' turnover shall be included for arriving at the aggregate turnover. Third example. Okay, Mother Oils Punjab is engaged in supplying mission oils as well as petrol. Supply of petrol is not leviable to tax. Yes, petrol is not leviable to tax, but supply of mission is taxable. Okay, in order to determine whether Mother Oils is liable for registration, turnover of both non-taxable and taxable supplies would be taken into account. Yes, here I can explain the concept. If I am supplying only exempted goods, I am not liable to be registered. If I am supplying exempted goods as well as taxable goods, then turnover of both units shall be considered for arriving at the for determination of aggregate turnover. That means, if I am supplying only exempted turnover, exempted goods, I am not liable to be registered. If I am supplying exempted as well as taxable goods, these two turnover shall be included in the aggregate turnover. Therefore, that is the case. Mother Oils is liable for registration. Turnover of both the non-taxable as well as taxable supplies would be taken into account. If the same exceeds the applicable threshold limit, Mother Oils is liable for registration. Okay, na? Next, Mohini Enterprise. Fourth example. Mohini Enterprises appointed Bestford and Associates as agent. Okay, Mr. Bestford Associates makes the supply of goods on its own account as well as on behalf of Mohini Enterprises. The agent is supplying goods on his own account on behalf of principal. Any person supplying goods on behalf of other persons, that is principal, the turnover of such shall be included in the aggregate turnover. So, here in the case, the answer is all the supplies made by Bestfords as an agent of Mohini Enterprises as well as on its own account will be included in the aggregate turnover. Okay. Next example. Prithvi Raj of Assam exclusively engaged in interstate supply of shoes. It is a supply of goods. His aggregate turnover in the financial year is 22 lakhs. For Assam, what is the aggregate turnover? See. Yeah, for Assam, the aggregate turnover for supply of goods is 40 lakhs. The aggregate turnover of services is 20 lakhs. Okay. Prithvi Raj of Assam is exclusively engaged in state of supply of in interstate supply of shoes. It is a supply of goods. In case of supply of goods, the threshold limit in Assam is 40 lakhs. His aggregate turnover in the current financial year is 22 lakhs. It is less than 40 lakhs. Okay. In view of the discussion in the above paras, the applicable threshold limits for registration of Prithvi Raj in the given case is 40 lakhs. Yes, threshold limit is 40 lakhs, but his turnover is only 22 lakhs. He is not liable to be registered under GST Act. Then, second, if in the above example, all the things remain the same, Prithvi Raj is exclusively engaged in supply of pan masala instead of shoes. Instead of pan masala, what is the note in case of supply of ice creams, other edible oils, pan masala and tobacco and manufactured tobacco substitute, the limit would be 20 lakhs. So, in case for all states, if he is a supply of pan masala or ice creams or tobacco, his limit will be 20 lakhs. But his turnover is 22 lakhs. So, his compulsorily, his threshold limit exceeds 20 lakhs, he is compulsorily do the registration. Then, third one. If instead of pan masala, Prithvi Raj is exclusively engaged in supply of taxable supplies, the applicable threshold limit for registration would be 20 lakhs. If he is supplying only taxable services, if it is a supply of service goods 20 lakhs, if it is a supply of goods, that is 40 lakhs, he is supplying a services. If it is a supply of services, the threshold limit will be 20 lakhs, but his turnover is 22 lakhs. He is compulsory liable to be registered. Then further, if Prithvi Raj engaged in supply of taxable and goods and services, if he is supplying goods or services, the limit will be 20 lakhs only, but his aggregate turnover here is 22 lakhs. So, it is exceeds 20 lakhs. He is compulsorily do the registration. Understand? Next, example number 6. Shivaji of Telangana exclusively engaged in interstate supply of toys. Its aggregate turnover, the current financial year is 22 lakhs. Okay, turnover. In case of Telangana, the supply of, if it is a supply of goods, the threshold limit is 40 lakhs. In case if it is a supply of service, the limit will be 20 lakhs. What is the supply of toys? It is a supply of goods. So the turnover limit will be 40 lakhs, but his aggregate turnover is 22 lakhs. So he is not required to be registered. The answer is, since Shivaji is making taxable supplies from Telangana, he will not be eligible for higher threshold limit in case of exclusive supply of goods. Sorry, for Telangana the limit will be 20 lakhs. For Andhra Pradesh it is a 40 lakhs. Since he is supplying goods, the limit will be 20 lakhs. In case of goods or services, the limit will be same. He is supplying of goods, the aggregate turnover 22 lakhs, which exceeds threshold limit of 20 lakhs. So he is liable to be registered under GST Act. And if in the above example all the things remaining the same, Shivaji exclusively engaged in supply of taxable services instead of services. In case of services or goods, the limit will be same in case of Telangana. So in case of the services also, the limit will be 20 lakhs. So his aggregate turnover 22 lakhs, which exceeds the specified limit of 20 lakhs, he is liable to be registered. Further, if Shivaji engaged in supply of both taxable goods and services, if he is supplying goods or services, is only supplying goods or only supplying services, the limit will be 20 lakhs in case of Telangana state. So his aggregate turnover already crossed 20 lakhs, he is liable to be registered under GST Act. Raghav of Assam is Assam. For Assam, the limit will be 20 lakhs in case of supply of service. The limit will be 40 lakhs in case of supply of goods. Then coming to the example, Raghav of Assam is exclusively engaged in state of supply of ready-made garments. It is a supply of goods. Its turnover in the current financial year from Assam showroom is 28 lakhs. It has another showroom in Tripura with a turnover of 11 lakhs in the current financial year. Okay, one more state, it is in Tripura. In Tripura, the turnover limit is only 10 lakhs. Since he is doing business in Tripura and Assam, his limit will be 10 lakhs only. Since Raghav engaged in supplying garment from a special category state, the applicable threshold limit for him gets reduced to 10 lakhs. If he has a place of business in one state and one special category state, the limit will be 10 lakhs only. Here the limit already crossed 10 lakhs. He is liable to be registered as per the provisions of section 22 threshold limit. Next, okay. Next, example 8. Uday Enterprises engaged in supply of taxable goods in Maharashtra. Okay, it also supplies alcoholic liquor for human consumption from Nagaland. Okay, its turnover in the current financial year is 34 lakhs in Maharashtra and 8 lakhs in Nagaland. Then, if is in such a case, we already discussed, if any person supplying exempted goods as well as taxable goods, for determination of aggregate turnover, both the turnover of the state shall be included. Both the turnover shall be included means 34 lakhs plus 8 lakhs, 42 lakhs. Since he is supplying goods in Maharashtra and Nagaland is a special category state, the limit will be 10 lakhs. So it is compulsory obtain registration in Maharashtra. And coming to Nagaland, since Uday Enterprises is exclusively engaged in making taxable supplies of goods from Maharashtra, the applicable threshold limit for obtaining registration is 40 lakhs. Okay. However, threshold limit will not be reduced to 10 lakhs. In this case, a supply of alcoholic liquor for human consumption from Nagaland are non-taxable goods. If he is supplying any non-taxable goods from in another state, the limit will not be applicable. Therefore, in the given case, since the aggregate turnover of Uday Enterprises exceeds the applicable threshold limits, for threshold limit it shall be included for 34 plus 8, 42 lakhs. So it exceeds the threshold limits. He is compulsory obtain registration in Maharashtra. For coming to Nagaland, he is making only alcoholic liquor supply, which is a non-GST supply. For non-GST supply, he is not liable to be registered in Nagaland. For Maharashtra, he is liable to be registered since his aggregate turnover exceeds 42 lakhs. In Nagaland, he is not liable to be registered as he is being supplies of non-taxable goods.